What's up, Aaron? See, can you hear me?
You say something, Tim?
Yes, yes. There we go.
Okay. Now I can hear you.
Hey, dude. How's it going?
Pretty good, man. Just my family was sick all last week, so everyone's getting back into the swing of things. Just trying to catch up on some stuff.
Okay, okay.
How about you?
Um, Same-ish. Let's see, I was at the Jake and Gino multifamily conference this weekend, which was really cool.
Nice.
And so I am in the process of moving. So I'm like I was trying to do both, like get all my KPIs done and move. And I was like yesterday on the verge of like, man, I need to stop. Like it was just so overwhelming. And I'm like, okay, I can allow myself to put my KPIs on hold until the move is over. So I'm not overly stressed.
So I just went through a huge move, right, cross country, and I made it in Q3. One of my quarterly goals was to just get through the move.
Mm.
And so I like made it one of my KPIs was to like have a smooth move, and like I dissected all the actions, and maybe you should
Maybe that's yeah, instead of just not doing it, just add it to my KPIs and get rid of some of the other stuff for now.
give yourself permission to focus on it.
Yeah, exactly. I love it, dude. Love it. Yeah, I'm doing that like right now.
I saw you post what did you post this morning? Another win, right? Your
Yeah,
appraisal.
yeah, the appraisal came back. So
Nice.
it's a mobile home park that I was like, there's no way that it's worth that. But like, if you pay what the bank doesn't pay, then we can make a deal. And they said, yeah, sure. And the the thing was, the bank's like, we'll loan, I think 60% as long as it's not greater than this number, but like 60% of appraised value. And so it's like that could have been the snag or one of the snags, and it would have had to been another conversation. But yeah, it came back higher than expected, higher than the purchase price of 1.6 million. It came back at like 1.64. So
Amazing.
yeah, dude.
Immediate, not free, but immediate 400K. I'll take it, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't I wasn't even thinking of that. I do need to celebrate that win too. Because it is.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Someone's able to be right back.
Yeah. So what's going on with you?
Well, Neil and I are trying to get our operation up and running. We got our VA onboarded, and we pulled a list of 3,300 leads from Deal Machine, targeting vacant properties, absentee owners, and owners with high equity. And then we use what they call the tired landlord filter on Deal Machine. I'm not sure how they determine who's a tired landlord or not, but yeah. And then we set up with a dialer on Follow Up Boss, and she started hitting the phones yesterday. So truthfully, learning that process, it's like uncharted territory for me, but I'm just trying to ramp up and learn what the motions are that we need to focus on, and also like make sure the VA has enough direction and focus. So we finalized our scripts and all that stuff. So she's got a pretty detailed cold call script when she's making these.
Good.
But yeah, now it's I think just feeding the machine, keeping up. We committed to hiring her full time, so we got to keep feeding her leads until we start to get some back.
Yeah, I think the tired landlord thing it's like if they've owned it for more than 7 years or something, and like they're not, it's not their primary residence, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's good. That's good. That's exciting, dude.
Yeah. We're excited. I think we're committing a full-time resource to it, and we're putting some money behind it. So I would like to think that as long as we stick to a proven playbook, it should return some results, right? You did wholesaling for a while, right?
Yeah, but like I didn't. So it was a good learning experience because now I know like fire if someone's not like fire quickly if someone's not producing the results that you need.
Someone meaning a VA or a driver
Yeah,
or
yeah. So I had a VA who was like acquisitions, and like, he kept, okay, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get it. And I was like, what's going on? Talking to like the people that I was hiring him from, and like, they guided him, but like at the end of the day, they don't care. They just really care that you're hiring him because they get like a cut of it, right? And so it's like, okay, like that was on me, and I thought would be more on them because they kind of promised like a business in a box sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so yeah, now I know that, right?
Right. Did you use like a company, or did you find?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was so Matt Larson, real estate Matt. What was the virtual something? Yeah, let me see. I'll find it for you. Rapid Assistant. That was the name of the company.
Got it.
And like, yeah, so like, I pull it up right now, real estate on autopilot. And that's what I was sold. So I was out of my nursing gig. I was like, shit, I need to bring in some cash. I need some cash flow.
Yeah.
And so like, I'm in the deal room, and he is like Jennings and Yaden. I think Matt is Jennings and Yaden's mentor for like creating a Facebook group. So like he came on and he was like selling. He's like, like basically this is on autopilot. Like these VAs will do everything for you. It'll be fine. And I was like, oh, okay. And so I went into it thinking it was going to be that, and like I could focus on multifamily stuff. And it quickly turned out to not be that. I needed to give more time to it, but like I guess I didn't have the training or like the drive to like push myself into that world and like know everything about it, because I thought, oh, like I'm not crazy about wholesaling, I just want to make money.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, I made, they send KPIs. I created like a Google spreadsheet so I could see like the trend of the KPIs and stuff like that. And I just, look at it and okay, missed. What do we like? And I didn't know really what to do. And I didn't probably reach out to the company as much as I should have. But I was just like, okay, well, we just got to keep pushing forward, And that was the wrong thing to do.
So we made a direct hire. So we're technically like managing this person. And that's another interesting dynamic. So I've worked with VAs before where I have like a company where it's a smaller company. It's not one of the big names, but like the founder does quality assurance and oversight. And so he's able to help ensure, we're getting the results we want. And he works with the VAs he has one-on-ones with them and does all that like kind of fine tuning. And then the other VA I work with is like on my content side. And, but this is like a full-time employee that we want to make sure that, hey, we're paying her for 40 hours a week. We want to make sure we're getting the squeeze. Do you have any, so the company you hired sent you like KPIs specifically for acquisition?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Here, let me see if I can find it too.
Because I feel like we need to install something like that for this VA.
Yes, I'll share this guy with you.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, KPIs. Okay, so that is prior KPIs. So eventually I fired them because I couldn't afford them anymore. I didn't have any more money. I spent $50,000 plus on them, and I was like, I'm done.
$50,000. What were they? What did you have multiple employees?
Yeah, I did. So I started with 2, and I thought that getting more employees was the solution when really the solution was probably more oversight.
Yeah.
But what is it? Hindsight, right? Hindsight 2020. So anyway, so it's like it was between like, there was placement fees for the VAs because it was a different company, and then there was like the $5,000 or $7,000 for like their specific Podio system, and then it was marketing, and then it was so paying for lists, and then it was paying for like the systems, like the whatever, they were like cold calling, cold texting, all that stuff. So it was a lot of things, right? But anyway, after I fired them, I was like, I can't with you guys anymore.
Did you turn any deals from that, or did they?
2 deals, but like, so I think I want to say maybe 13 grand.
Yeah.
It was a way upside down. And I was using my bookkeeper who does all my stuff for my mobile home parks. He's like, what are we gonna do to turn this around? I'm like, dude, I don't know. Probably and eventually I'm just like, oh, I shut that shit down.
That's I was gonna say that's one way to turn it around, is to shut it down, right?
So, but I fired them, and then I found like another guy because like I was doing dispo for them. So there was there was an acquisition guy, and there was a marketing texting person. Then there was a cold caller who she freaking sucked. I should have got rid of her soon. And then I got a lead management VA. So I thought, the reason this isn't working is me. Like I suck, but it was more nuanced than that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I eventually started working with a local acquisition guy, just doing dispo. And I mean, we did a couple deals, but he was like, oh man, I tried so hard to get this deal under contract. It should be easy to sell. And I'm like, not in this environment, it needs to be deeper. And he just had a hard time accepting that. And I talked to someone else around here, and I was talking about my experience, and I was like, yeah, he's a good guy, but like it just didn't work out. And they're like, oh yeah, I see his deals, he's always trying to sell this overpriced shit, and like
Yeah.
it always surprised at it. So um but anyway, yeah, I'm gonna share this with you right now.
So what do you think you could have done or would have done different? Like, knowing our situation, we have one VA. We don't have
Could you
3 or 4.
put your email in the chat real quick, by the way, because this isn't a different email, and then I'll send it to you. So what could I have done different?
Like, we don't have a multi-person team. We have one VA full time. I have access to additional VAs that can help with things like admin. Our commitment to the VA is basically, I think it's like $1,200 a month is the cost for full time, which isn't horrible, but it's not nothing. Her forte and skill set is in cold calling, and she knows how to work a CRM. Supposedly, right? We're finding out. So yeah, like what do you think my role?
So I would say keep track of how much money is going out, because it's not just the $1,200, it's also all the other stuff that's associated with it. And then if you're not seeing results within like a couple months, get someone else. Because I don't know, I want to be kind and be like, okay, you just need some more training, but like also I'm paying for that,
Yeah.
So and really I was paying for it when it should have already been done. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But if you pull up that
Yeah, I've got your sheet.
So L was the marketing person. She's the one who sent out all these texts. So here I'll just marketing sent texts. Warney was the cold caller. She's the one who needed to be fired because also like, so I did go up to Iowa to meet Matt, and that was like part of it. I got that for free sort of thing. I had already canceled it, but I'm like, I might as well go up. But what was interesting, so I was talking to his brother, like Matt like pieced out, but like his brother leads up the company now, and his brother's really cool, and was like, he's like, yeah, dude, like you just got to be on top of them. He's like, in the middle of the day, I'll be like, hey, get on a Zoom call with me right now, because he's like, they're supposed to be working. So like, he's like, you just kind of got to keep them honest. And that was with Warney. Like I'd like WhatsApp her and be like, hey, blah, 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 whatever is going on. And I wouldn't hear back for hours. And I was just, what? And so I thought the company was having more oversight over them, and they were not at all.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I sent an email right at the beginning that was like, hey, expectation is like a reply within no more than 30 minutes during the day. She already communicated she wants to work straight through, no breaks. I said, the only scenario in which a response longer than 30 minutes would be appropriate is if you're on a call. But even then, none of these calls should be 30 minutes.
Well, even if they're on a call, I mean, they can be 30 minutes. Maybe it's a great call, but even if so, just be like, hey, get in either Zoom, or I think they were doing Skype. It's like, yeah, pull that up. You don't have to talk to me. Just do what you're doing. Just like keep it going. And like sometimes even I heard some people had them on like Zoom or Skype like all day. And it's just like, you can, keep me on mute, and, I'll keep you on mute too. But like throughout the day, I know that you're actually working, sort of thing. I think for me, that's too much. I don't want to do that shit.
Yeah. So what are these? You have them like color coded by the type of properties you were targeting?
I did. I thought that would help more. Because so here, let me see, lead manager. So we did it was like you do pull all the list for vacant, and then and then the next, and then it's kind of like, so would it kind of help me stay like one, and then the next, and then the next, and then the next, and then after all these are done, then go into the next column, and then pull all those one at a time. So like, just so I'm not pulling the same, like I'm not paying for the same data over and over again. And like originally we did, really just focus on Richland and Lexington because that's up in Columbia.
Yeah.
And so we do like, so this was like, okay, one Richland, one Lexington, two, and then, one, two, and then you can see campaigns worked on. And if you go over, you can see it's all like color coordinated. And
So on any given day, you only assign them to like one type of.
It's more like a week, right? So it's like, okay, the next list to pull is this, and this list has 1,000 leads. Work those 1,000 leads, and as long as it takes you to work the 1,000 leads, then like do that and then move on to the next list. So it's not so much days as much as it's like work this fresh data.
Yeah, so we pulled 3,300 leads. She started manually skip tracing them, but she was only able to do like 100 per day skip traces manually.
How do you manually skip trace?
There's something like called True People Search.
Oh,
so you go to the county records, you can pull the county records, get the name, and then go to True People Search and search the name, and then try and cross-reference the address. So it is a pretty manual process, and the idea is that you save the money that you would spend on skip traces, but if you can only do 100, if you can only do 100 per day, it doesn't add up, right? So then Neil shared, so Deal Machine charges 19 cents per skip, but Neil shared a site called Direct Skip that does.
Yes, that's the one we used.
Yeah, that's one you used. Yeah, because you can buy like 5,000 leads is $450.
Yeah,
and then you can buy like 50,000 leads for 6 cents a skip or something like that.
And you can super niche it out. Like I like Direct Skip because of that. Like, the vacant, absentee, tax delinquent, inequity, high, blah blah blah, all that stuff. That's like from their like presets. But you can go in there into that system and be like, man, I only want mobile home parks owned like between 7 and 8 years or something, and like with this much equity, and like you could super like niche it out,
In Direct Skip.
Yeah, no, not in. So in the system, Direct Skip. So
wait, I'm confused. So Direct Skip looks like an archaic website where you can buy tokens and upload your own list.
Oh, maybe I'm talking about a different one. Let me see.
Property search.
Oh no, you can.
Oh, I see. Yeah, so you can apply filters, characteristic filters. Okay, I see.
Yeah, it's so we do by like zip code. And then if you go to that marketing list, let me see. Oh,
so is this meant to like circumvent Deal Machine? Like you don't need Deal Machine?
Yes, I think because Deal Machine is like more for like people who are driving, right? So it's like driving, you can take a picture of something, you can drive for dollars sort of thing, I think, right?
Yeah, but you can also build lists.
Yeah. I didn't ever really use Deal Machine because Deal Machine was originally for driving for dollars, and then they did other stuff. So automate lead generation, blah blah blah, skip tracing, list builder, sure. And I don't know if it's better or worse or if whatever. It's just I didn't use it because we weren't driving for dollars.
Yeah.
Let's see. But yeah, I mean, Direct Skip it seemed to be the best for lists. But it gets pricey. It does get pricey.
Yeah. Trying to think. Okay, so that's where you pulled your lists
from Direct Skip. Yeah. And then, I mean, people use batch leads too. We used Batch for like texting. But we didn't really pull lists from
Did you
it.
upload lists from direct skip into batch leads?
Yes.
But batch leads, you have to have a subscription, right?
Yes. So like is she just cold calling? Is she texting? Like what's
Currently, she's
and is
cold
it a she?
calling.
Okay.
What's
Gotcha.
that? Yeah, from Follow Up Boss is the tool we bought with the dialer.
Okay. Okay.
And so, and she said, hey, that's a good one for oversight. So you can actually check, like, they record the calls. And so we can listen in and see, like, if we're not converting or if people are hanging up on her all the time, like, we can jump in and like see, like, is it playing out the way we want to? And we can coach her in that manner. So that was her suggestion, which I thought was a good suggestion. She just started yesterday. Or started calling yesterday. Last week we were spending the week like working on skip tracing and building lists and just setting up all the software. But now that she's like on the clock, right? She's a couple weeks in. We really want her to just be like, go, go, go. But we don't have a system set up yet for texting or mailing. Deal Machine does mailers.
Yes.
So we can use Deal Machine for mailers. I'm not certain if we can upload a list from another site. I guess I don't see why not. But yeah, so I was thinking the texts and the mailers could run through Deal Machine. It looks like batch leads is $82 a month. 3 users, skip tracing, deduplication, built-in marketing, mobile and virtual driving for dollars. So you can text from there too?
Yeah, that's what we use batch leads primarily for, texting.
Okay. But did you use like the $250 a month?
Yes, yeah. I got like the nicer stuff because I was like, this is gonna be better. And again, hindsight, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Deal Machine, import lists. Does that work?
Let's see. I'm gonna ask a friend who's like solid in wholesaling to see what his thoughts are, what they use.
Yeah, I'm just nervous because like we don't have experience with this. And so we have a full-time resource. I just want to make sure we're not sending her on the wrong type of campaign.
Let's see. Hey dude, got a friend going into wholesaling with a cold call / possible texting VA. What software are you guys using? What would you recommend to a newbie? All right, we'll see.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's so much stuff,
It looks like Follow Up Boss has text ability too.
That's good. That's good. Let me see. And you can upload lists from Follow Up Boss.
I need to click further, but it says, yeah, when working your smart lists. Well, yeah, actually we can because that's how she made the calls.
Gotcha. Let's see. John says he uses smartphone.
Is the name of the app or like he uses his smartphone?
No, that's I think the app because it's SMRT phone. Oh, it's a CRM phone system and power dialer. Interesting. But also like it depends on pricing. Like John Campbell probably spends 10 grand to 20 grand a month in marketing costs. All the bigger
Yeah.
because you can dial 10 people at a time and numbers really get marked as spam. Okay, so okay.
So they have like a subscription, but then they charge you by the minute, 2 cents a minute for inbound and outbound phone calls. 1 cent per text. It's not a ton, but obviously over the course of the month, if you're hitting like 20,000 people, probably is.
Yeah, well, okay, outbound. Yeah. Oh yeah, so that was another thing that costs. It's like sending text. You wouldn't think it would, but yeah, sending and receiving text costs money. Um, that's interesting. Um, where are you guys doing the wholesaling, or where are you guys working?
We're targeting starting like in Neil's area, and then we're gonna work our way out. So like Kitsap County, Pierce County, uh, near Seattle.
Yeah, and that's like another thing to think about is like it's always changing. So like wholesaling, there's regulations, there's just stuff you got to pay attention to, like also with text, like there's regulations and stuff that's changing, like providers are less like there's a lot of stuff that gets bounced.
Yeah.
So like you have to do texts in certain ways, and any good system will kind of guide you on like, don't start a text with like, hey, this is Aaron. Are you looking to sell your home? It's more like, uh, hi, I'm calling about this address. Do I have the right person?
Yeah. Yeah. Whenever I get texts, there's never like, hey, this is so and so. It's like, do you own this property?
Yeah,
Or something super
because
generic.
the other stuff is like, it's like, I don't know if it's illegal as much as it's like, it gets bounced and never like the carrier, Verizon, Sprint, and whatnot will be like, nope, not sending that.
Right.
Like, because it's spam, like sending spam is a big deal. I mean, I've heard John has gotten fined, I think. So like that's kind of the reality of the business.
Which John?
Oh, John Campbell, who I was just texting, who said
Okay.
smartphone.
Yeah.
Like how Follow Up Boss is FUB.
Yeah.
I don't know why that just makes me laugh.
So did you do mailers too?
No.
Just for cost purposes or?
Yeah. I like the idea of mailers. I just never did it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how we would reconstruct like your KPI list. So the verbal offers, total offers made, total contracts signed. 69, 70. You got like, yeah, you got a big team here.
Well, so I mean, you could still do the total number of verbal offers. So like those are the big things. Those are the things that move the needle, right? Everything else is it's to get there. How many offers did you make? How many offers were accepted? How many signed contracts? So really, looking at this, I'd probably put total offers made above, and then I'd put total verbal offers accepted, and then signed contracts. So it would be like 132, 16, 4. But that's whatever, But those are the big things. And then I probably, if you want to do like a global thing, it'd be like total uh properties disposed.
Because yeah, I'm just trying to think how to simplify it as much as possible.
Yeah, your brain is gonna be better at that than mine.
So I don't think I made the last one of these calls, but didn't no one else showed up?
Yeah, there are a couple people there, but I don't know. I'm like, I don't know if I'll keep this up if no one shows up, because I mean, I do it anyway. Maybe I should just keep it up
I mean,
if I'm
feel
doing it
free.
anyway.
I'm sorry I hijacked the conversation. If you want to make
No,
some
no,
calls,
no.
I can just listen.
You didn't. Here, I changed my KPIs today, for the next couple weeks, and I'll do through like early November, where the MHP acquisition is on hold. And I mean, it's at least my like searching for new deals is on hold. It's totally not going to be like that because people are going to reach out to me. I know that. So it's not like it's on zero, but
Yeah.
like I'm not stressing myself out, and I'm not stressing myself out about doing the SOPs, for an hour a day sort of thing. So
Right.
I just have, so I even simplified the exercise. So it's just like my, once daily arm and abs and shoulder workouts. I got rid of the full body exercise, and then just, so move into Jen's place, improve the relationship with Jen, and exercise. That's it. And then
Nice.
I mean, still have my, team meetings on Fridays. So other than that, get this fucking move done.
Nice. Yeah, add the move to your KPIs.
I did, and I appreciate you bringing that up, because
Yeah.
yeah, I was 100% gonna be like, I don't give a shit about any of this. I'm not gonna do anything, but it's like, no, I just need to adjust a little for my temporary situation.
Right. Can you enable screen sharing?
But yeah, I always forget that it doesn't do that automatically.
I'm wondering if we could maybe even take 5 minutes and just trim this down and
Dude,
see if
100%, 100%.
I really appreciate it,
I'm
man.
glad to help you with something that I had a lot of trouble with.
Yeah, for real. This is huge. Okay, so let me know if you can see.
Yep.
So I removed your states and counties. I mean, I can put it here in case we expand, but like we're mainly targeting within Neil's radius. So your color coding, I forget, were these were based on this, right? So this would be like
The
1K.
color, so yeah, that'd be 1K. The color is based on the type of list. And yeah.
So I'll finish the rest of these in a minute, but I just want to make sure I understand the system. 1P, 2P. Oh, there's 2Ks. Shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then I don't know what's hidden equity again.
I forget. I didn't really like it. We didn't really have success with it. It's just a direct skip predefined filter.
Okay. All right.
And like, so
then
all those are the ones that like Matt Larson and his team, they're like, these are the ones we work. And so I just tried to duplicate their formula.
okay. So then this, I can't even see where the formula ties to. It says 70, sum of 70 and 70. So this, is it just the sum of this entire row?
Yeah, I think so. So you can see like, yeah, I eventually split it up to April, May, June, July, so I could go look by month.
So here's Angelica. So total number of leads generated, goal 6 through 10. Is that a weekly goal or what is it?
No, that was daily.
Okay.
And like, I don't like that because having a high number of leads made it so she pushed a lot of crappy leads in. Like they weren't actually leads. They're like, yeah, I'll sell if you give me 2 times the price or of what it's worth. And so they weren't good leads. It didn't, none of this like went for quality, it went for quantity. And like I know quantity is a big thing in wholesaling, but like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah.
give me, 2 qualified leads per day is good. And
Qualified.
define what qualified means,
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll define qualified. So campaigns worked on, number of 1,050 per day. Where did these numbers come from?
Which ones?
The 1,050 per day.
From Matt Larson's team. So like you're allowed with batch leads, you can send 1,050 texts per day. So
I'm just gonna make these numbers up for now, right? Like
yeah,
per day. And then okay, inbound. So they filled these in every day.
Mhm.
And by the way, I made a copy of this. I'm not editing your Google Doc. So
yeah, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Even if you were, I mean,
so and then this is, oh wait, what was that, a formula?
Probably.
Doesn't say.
Oh, or maybe not. Maybe. Yeah. I mean, I know Excel a little bit better now, so I probably would have done it.
Okay. Remaining leads to text on current campaigns. So basically, you probably exported these from batch leads or something, right?
So yeah, so let's see, it was batch and then it was uploaded to or so it was direct skip is where we got the list. It was uploaded to batch, and then yes, you get like all the numbers from that. So like at the end of the day, I would have what's her name go in, L, and I'd have her be like, okay, put all that, that info in.
So the list pulled from direct skip, you uploaded them to batch leads, and you did your text and call outreach from there.
Call outreach was a different system.
Okay, so in our case,
L was all text.
And our calls, follow up, pause, texts, and then I'll figure out if that's actually true. And then you did not do mailers.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, so then this would be like these. I don't know what this is to you.
So drip sequence was like in Podio. So say someone's like, nope, I don't like that offer. An offer's been made. No, we put them into the drip sequence, and it's automatically texts and emails them. And it was just part of the Podio system that I bought, where it's like, hey, like just following up to see if this house is still for sale.
Yeah. Got it. So we don't have that built yet, but we could. Okay, so this is like what they need to fill out. So I'm going to just get rid of the rest of this. I see. So you split it into different tabs by month eventually.
Yeah. And I'm looking at July right now. So that was like the last month, and things are a little bit more organized. Or a little bit more simplified, I think.
So maybe I should like just take that as a sample.
Remember, the first one is texting, the second one is cold calling, the third one is acquisitions, and the fourth one is lead management.
Wait,
so if you go to July, like just make note of it. So L is texting.
Oh, the people.
Yes, yeah. Oh, yeah, duh.
I thought you were saying the letter, sorry.
I didn't even think of that.
L was texting.
Yeah.
That was her entire job, was texting.
Yeah.
And Warnie was
cold calling.
Cold calling. Okay.
June was acquisitions.
What does that mean?
So after he would get a lead from L or from Warnie, he would call them and he would, he would do a 2-call thing. So the first call is just seeing like what's up, building rapport. And then the second call, like he would get all that information and then he would send it to the lead manager. It was me for a while and then it was Mark. But and then we'd run comps and be like, this is the offer that you got to make. And then he'd go back and make the offer. So it sounds like you guys are doing that. Am I mistaken?
No, that's right. So like, is it underwriting?
Underwriting and making offers and sending out contracts to be signed, to be e-signed.
Okay. Yeah, that's me for the moment. Okay, so in this case, like we're having her do texts and calls.
Okay. So you could, look at that and look at Warney's KPIs too, get rid of the fluff, but like.
So the drip sequence, I'm going to get rid of.
Yeah, yeah.
So these are calls.
Yeah, and those are texts. Yeah.
Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oops.
Oh, that's how you do that shit.
Format painter. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a game changer. I'm glad I could teach you at least one thing.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Look at that shit. Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, so inbound text receives delivery target, delivery rate. And so you're basically judging like, did we pull accurate numbers in our lists?
No, delivery rate is like, okay, so I'm texting 1,000 texts, or at least 800 of them being delivered and not bounced.
Yeah. Okay. And did 15% people who really actually that many people respond?
The response rate target greater than 20%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've never I get those texts every day. I've never responded to a single one.
I mean, it should be. If it's not, then you have to adjust. So like that's why there's the metrics, at least 80% sent and delivered, and at least 20% responded. If they're not, then you need to change how you're going about things. Maybe change what the text say.
Okay.
And yeah, adjust. So that's why there's the metrics. So we can be like, okay, are we hitting it or not? And how
do you have any good examples of like texts that you sent that worked? Sorry, I'm just like ripping off your entire playbook.
I'm good to help with this. Let me see. I'm logging into Batch right now to see. Okay. Oh, my plan has expired. Let's see. Batch won't let me get into it. Let me see. I know I had like a lot of training at and stuff to read for like real estate and that stuff. So let me see. Yeah, dude. I mean, so let's see. Yeah, how about I'll give you my login to the real estate mat stuff because there's a lot of education in there. I didn't look at all of it, but there's a lot of, I think, good information. But also realize that like the system didn't work for me, so it might be a good starting place.
Yeah, I mean, like to some extent, we're just gonna have to start, and then, but this, what I'm looking at right now on the screen, and being able to track is right now, like if she makes 300 calls a day and she sends something that says, okay, we have 0 leads, it's like great. So the only metric we have is that you made calls and we got no leads, right? So like what level of granularity can we track? And I like how you segmented it. So then this would be the logic that we pull the lists, right? We go pull one list of Kitsap County vacant properties only. And then her target on one day would be like, okay, go hit that. How many like, so you did this for
granular for sure.
What's that?
You gotta get kind of granular, it seems.
Yeah. How many like leads did you have to feed to this team to keep them busy?
I want to say like, 5,000 a week, because they're sending 1,000 texts out a day. So
gotcha. 5,000 a week, Jesus. And at the end of it all, though,
no,
like,
dude.
that
No.
netted only a couple deals, though, you said, right?
Yeah. Here, I'm putting this in the chat. This is just my login for realestatemat.com.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, there's a lot of information. Yeah, that looks like that's it. I'm trying to see.
And this is the guy you worked with. This was and who ended up being the lead manager.
System. It was his system. So he's like, I mean, he kills it. He kills it in a specific part of Iowa, and like Davenport, Iowa,
which is where I invest.
Yeah, it just didn't transfer well.
That password doesn't look like it works.
No. Okay, let's see. Real estate mat. Let me go to passwords.
You know that's where I invest, though, right?
In Davenport, Iowa?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't. I must have. I think I remember, but I totally must have forgotten. You don't know Matt Larson?
No.
He's a big player in that area, dude.
I should then.
You 100% should. Okay, let's see.
Okay, so total hours dialed. This feels like a lot to manage. But maybe what happens is once you build this, you get like a week ahead of it, right? And you say, okay, this week you're going to pull the lists for Kitsap County vacant, absentee, tax delinquent, and you're going to just hit those lists this week. And then also pull the lists ahead of time for hidden equity, high equity, tired landlord.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, that's my updated password.
So you always, thank you. You always pull the lists 1 week ahead of where you're calling, basically.
Yeah. And so I would have my marketing person pull the lists. So yeah.
Yeah, so I only have one
as much as I should have been.
So we only have the one VA. I mean, I have access to others, so I can teach the others to pull lists because that's not difficult, right?
No, I mean you should do it at first, like just so you understand. Like I was hiring everyone to do everything and that didn't work. So like I think if I did it again, I'd be doing more and understanding, exactly what to do and like what works and what doesn't work.
But so in essence, her KPIs should be calls made, texts sent. I mean, that's kind of it.
So, I mean, it should be, but I mean, you also, you have to keep an eye. So those are like your master KPIs, but like say she's making 100 dials and like she's getting nothing, then it's like, what do we need to change? Because there has to be some kind of measurement with those 100 dials you need some kind of metric that you need to keep up with, or else it's just like, okay, who gives a shit? She made 100 dials. And what's like, there's no, you need to know your lag measures too. So like, oh, okay, she made 100 dials and 5 of those, or whatever, random number, I'm just throwing out, 5 of those are interested. And then she pushed those to you so you can call them and
Yeah, no, sorry. I'm not saying I'm going to delete the rest of these things. I'm saying these are the inputs that she has control of. She can control how many, right? So like, yes, maybe KPI was not the right term, but like these are the inputs. And then from there, we need to track, like you said, that hey, if she calls 5,000 people and every single person hangs up on her, is it something that she's doing or saying? Like those are the lag indicators you're talking about, right?
Yeah. Those are the things you can tweak. Yeah.
So they were it looks like they were manually calling, right? 188, 137. Does this mean they were picking up?
I mean, no, they had a dialer.
Okay.
I like, so what's cool about all the numbers is that at the end of the day, you can just pull the numbers from whatever you're working, like you should be able to be like whatever system you're working should be tracking all these numbers or tracking similar numbers. So it shouldn't be like, oh, I have to really go out of my way to be able to put this in the spreadsheet. It should be like, okay, at the end of the day, this is what we did,
Yeah. So wait, this June person was the acquisitions?
Yeah, June was acquisitions.
Okay, so I'm gonna make that me acquisitions, and I gotta go in a couple minutes. So this, when it says leads assigned to me, this means these are things that were passed through from the other two that your acquisitions person would follow up on.
Yes. So it was, they got the leads, they push it to June or you, and then like that's so. Yeah, I mean, I bolded the big ones that were important.
The number of leads assigned to me. So this would be something she
That's
fills in.
Yeah.
This would be something she fills in. And then from there, what is the difference between assigned to me and given to me by lead generators?
I think that one was total and one was daily. So like global total. So it, 500, 1,000, whatever. And then these are just daily. So new leads are important. Like you should be calling the new leads in that same day and building before. And I don't know why I wanted the total number. I had that, I guess. I don't know.
So this number should just go up over time, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. This is an amazing starting point. And then so these dials made would be June made those calls.
Yes.
So 2 leads were given that day and she made 72 calls.
So I'm guessing, yeah. Because once like he started and he called the new leads, the new leads from the day before, right? So that was the start of his day. And then he had like, there's all this follow-up because the game is follow-up. It's not like, okay, how many do I get and like close today? It's like, no, I need to culminate this, or I need to nurture this relationship for a while. And so that was a lot of his job, was just, okay, hey, how's it going? Like, and you see like he had 72 dials made, but only 9 human connections. So a lot of that is just nothing.
Got it.
But yeah, damn, what was he doing all day? Number of voicemails left. So yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Follow
well, this is good. And then this is like,
he was the lead manager. So he was like, tracking everyone. So kind of taking over Again, I thought getting that in was the missing piece because I thought I was messing up, but he helped. He did some dispo, or worked some dispo. He kind of kept track of the other VAs and whatnot.
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I can tailor those based on what I want to pay attention to.
I'd say, like, yeah, as a lead manager, like a lot of times people do like focus on follow-up, like make sure things aren't slipping through the cracks because it's easy, there's so many different people that you're talking to, and it's like so much that like you just got to make sure things don't fall through the cracks. And so having him as that separate set of eyes helped.
Yeah, totally. Dude, this was awesome. Sorry, I like totally diverged from the broker call
No, dude,
theme, but
it works for me.
this is amazing, and thanks for sharing that login too.
Yeah. Hopefully it works. And yeah, dude,
I'm looking
more
forward to
than
the
happy to
podcast
help.
tomorrow.
Oh, definitely. Same.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I appreciate you being willing to come on. I dropped an episode with Cam Cooper. I don't know if you know him, but
Yeah.
yesterday, and yeah, so I'm making my way around the group.
Dude, love it. I'm happy to do it. I enjoy the hell out of stuff like that. So thank you for, having me on.
Yeah, of course. So I'll see you in a couple hours.
Yeah, dude.
All right. Take care.
Bye.